Good afternoon guys, it's 3:45 p.m. so today I'm recording the video early as I had to go out. But so today the note chart says we are open for only long side above backup buyers area today, right? So only one way direction today, stick with longs, keep it simple. Now notes are also note is also simple today, NQ Russell, stick with longs at pullback, and you do not have to wait for Globex high to be taken out, right? So within Globex range you can go long there. 567, that was the level I said to observe in pre-market. For ES and DOW, stick with long above Globex high and pullback, or downside trade exhaustion into the key levels, right? So there is a difference here, right? So DOW and ES, you have to wait till Globex high is taken out, then you can go long. Russell and NQ, you can go long within the Globex range. That was the difference today, but overall only longs, okay? But I prefer above Globex side trade for those two, right? So ES and DOW, but no shorts in any of the indexes unless it goes below backup buyers area in a step down fashion with lots of downside intervals, okay? So that is the main thing, right? And then wait for this is not important that much, but it basically it gives you a scenario where it says due to earnings it may chop around in the higher up range, so wait for price to go down and then you go long, and then you can liquidate near the day's top. Basically if price was range bound and it comes to the low, then you buy at the low and liquidate at the top, but that range bound scenario did not happen, okay? But main area is stick with longs, right? So let's finish this quickly. So aggressive buyers, aggressive sellers, preferred sellers, and backup sellers, right? So aggressive buyers, aggressive sellers. So now what we are watching it here is the price is holding above aggressive buyers, right? That's the first thing. Then before 9 o'clock, price took out aggressive sellers, right? And it took out preferred sellers here. So now we know buyers are in control, right? This is a straight up move, right? So here now opening will be like somewhere around here, and NQ opening will be somewhere around near preferred sellers area, right? So it's a resistance until it's broken, right? So we cannot short it, so we have to wait for a pullback. This is too aggressive price. Even I said NQ, if it goes here, then I'm even willing to take longs, or maybe here, but not above that, okay, at that point in time. And then we have to just evaluate how it is pulling back, where it is pausing, and then we might have to take aggressive long above that area, if price doesn't come there, right? Same thing goes for ES. I said 60-63, I can take a long here, but I said when price was coming down, I said I don't want to take long here, even though it's a good location, but I do not want to take long here until it goes back above 71 and then holds it. Then it pulls back a little bit, then I will go long. Otherwise I will not go long here, So I did not take a long here, and then I waited, so everybody else also waited in the room pretty much, Then I was walking, I was here, so I was talking about the price action here, that hey, wait, it has to go over 71, watch 66, all this thing. But we did not take a long in this scenario, in this price action, because price was not done yet to the downside, So, but we were observing it, that everything is lined up, there is no weakness to the selling side per se. So most likely it's a trap seller scenario, So that is what we were discussing it, that it could be a trap seller scenario. So wait, and momentum was holding it above zero line, completely. NQ was holding it 661, or even higher here. So while ES was going down, NQ was not flushing down, So then ES made a new low here, right? So we said, still watch, and it bounced from it, right? Here, man, hold on guys, Google speaker suddenly started, but anyway. So here, so it made a new low, right? So I was watching it, but then it couldn't able to go down. See, immediately pop up. So I said, you know what? Maybe the buyers are in here, but we have to wait for it to go above 71, and then it got rejection, right? So I said sellers may be here, then it got rejected, again it came down towards the low, it couldn't break. All this thing while it was going on, momentum was holding above zero line, NQ was holding it, right? Then there was another leg down, right? So here I thought, okay, so now it may go towards the gap fill or something, but then again bounce, again it went above 62 and 66 even. So here I started watching, said now the longs may come, because now damn thing wants to hold it, and NQ also bounced. So then finally again it came down here, so like this. Okay, let me remove this arrow, like this, right? But it couldn't go lower and it immediately popped back up, right? So here I made it hurry, so I went long right here at 62 at this time. Whenever the moment I see this downward, I went long, only one contract, and then damn thing suddenly went down, right? But then I watched here, there is nothing wrong here. Momentum was still holding, NQ was still holding it, while ES made a new low, NQ did not made a new low here, right? So I was holding this position, it went against me, but I was holding it, because there was nothing wrong, it's just sometimes price action does this way, So when it went down right here, like this, right? So I was watching this thing going down, immediate pop back up. So going down, I said, what, let's wait. And the moment it popped back up, I went long right here, and then all I wanted to see is going back above this area where I originally went long, right? And then this time it's like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 7 candles straight up. See, this is the time. Now we are all set, so now I already had 2 contracts in, right? So when price went higher here, right, and then it pulled back, right? So here and then again bounce, and then here right at 10:25 or 4 there was a long setup at 66 or 67 right here. That's where I added more contract, and NQ at the same time, I was watching whether it comes down a little bit, but 7 or 5, that was the price. I went long right here at the same time, so that was my only trade in NQ, and my target was fixed 761, and ES my target was 80s or 90s, so I built out everything 80s, 90s, 761 in the Dow Jones, because in the morning while I was watching this, right, I was focusing on Dow Jones, so I was looking for a long entry in Dow, because Dow was at discount at that time. It was going down and down and down while ES and NQ were holding it, so while trading in this chop, I just waited here, observed it. But in Dow, when it went to 870 and bounced from it, that's where I went long, 878 and 911, those were my prices in Dow, and then my target was day's high actually, but then I ended up taking a profit at 34,005 one contract, and another contract little bit higher, 34,066 or something, or 96, but that's where I built out. Russell, I was planning to trade it, but it was so super strong to the upside, it didn't even pull back enough, so I did not trade it Russell, but I traded Dow, ES and NQ today, right? And then we were observing that, hey, now I build out here, now let's watch, right? And then I said price may go up to backup sellers area and ES 90s basically, and that's pretty much we call it a day. That's where I said, 11 o'clock, just call it a day, no trading. You guys don't do any trading. That is what I said in Discord. Even though price may pull back later in the noon, it may, and if it pulls back, longs will be risky because price is already reached its destination here, so it may go higher, but if it pulls back, you may not get a good entry because price will slice through like this. It is possible. That is what I say. So, and do not take any shorts even though it goes down, and also don't take any longs, because price may go down further, and even in tank, it can tank all the way up to lows, but I had that sense, that it may come down, and then while looking at this, right, see for example, while you are trading it, let's say you are trading in the afternoon, right, so while looking at this, days looks like it's up day because momentum is higher, everything is up, right, and then suddenly when you see this drop and price stops here, you try to go long, and then boom, see that. So that's why I said no. Okay, and that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.